Hail Caesar! What are you doing? Hold me straight so I can... Sorry. Look, you guys out?
Hence! Home, you idle creatures, get you home. Is this a holiday? What, know you not being mechanical, you ought not walk upon a laboring day without the sign of your profession. Speak! What trade art thou?
Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am, as you would say, a cobbler.
But what trade art thou? Answer me directly.
A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience. That is to say, a mender of bad souls.
Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
Truly, sir, all that I live by is with y'all. I am meddled in no tradesmen's matters nor women's matters, but with all. I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them.
But why art thou not in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets?
Truly, sir, to get myself into more work, to wear out their souls. But indeed, sir, we make haste a holiday to see Roman Caesar in his great triumph.
Wherefore rejoice? What triumphs bring he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome, knew you not Pompey? Oftentimes enough I've seen you climb the walls and battlements to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And do you not now strew flowers in his way that comes in Pompey's, over Pompey's blood? Be gone!
Oh, please, God.
Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on this ingratitude.
Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar!
Beware the eyes of Mars, sir.
Set him before me. Let me see his face. Fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar. What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again. Beware the Ides of March. He's a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass.
Hail Caesar!
Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar!
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that tenderness and show of love as I want to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand against a friend that loves you.
Be not deceived. Behalf I bear my look, I turn the trouble of my countenance. Merely upon myself. But let not therefore my good friends be grieved, nor constrain further my neglect, that the poor Brutus, with himself at war, forget the shows of love to other men.
Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself but by reflection.
'Tis just, but very much lamented, Brutus, that there is no such mirror that will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye.
Into what dungeon would you lead me, Cassius?
Therefore, be prepared to hear. Since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will reveal to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of.
Hey!
What means that shouting? I do fear people still Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so?
I will not, Cassius. Yet, I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? If it be all toward the general good, set honor in one eye, and then in the other, and I will look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me that I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
Well, honor is the subject of my story. I was born as free as Caesar. So are you. I have fed as well. And we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he.
Another general shout. I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus. And we, petty men, walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fate. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, for we are underlings. Brutus, Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together. Yours is his fair name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them. Yours is as heavy. And conjure with them. Brutus will start his spirit as soon as Caesar. Now in the names of all the gods at once. Upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed that makes him so great? Age, thou art shame. Rome, thou hast lost breed of noble bloods. Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say, there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome as easily as a king.
What? What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will be patient here. For now, my good friend, chew upon this. Brutus rather be a villager than to repute himself as a son of Rome. With these hard conditions at this time, it's like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck but thus much sure fire from Brutus.
And Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, I pluck Casca by his sleeve, and he will after his sour fashion tell you what hath proceeded more than you know of today.
Mark Antony, Caesar. Let me have men about me that are fat. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He's a noble Roman, and well given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. He reads much. He's a great observer. He looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays as thou does, Antony. He hears no music. And seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort as he mocks himself and scorns his own spirit. Come, tell me truly about this.
You pull me by cloak. Will you speak with me?
Hi, Casca. Tell us what had chanced today that Caesar looks so smart.
Why, a crown was offered him, and offered him he put it by with the back of his hand. Thus and then the people fell shouting.
And what was the second noise for?
Why, for that too.
They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him twice?
Aye, marry wasn't. For he put it by thrice, each time more gentler than the other. And for every time my honest shaver shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Tell us the manner of it, Casca.
Well, I can see hanged as tell the matter of it. I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown. And as I told you, he put it by once. But for all that, to my thinking, he feigned to have at it. And then he was offered again. And he put it by again. To my thinking, he was loath to lay his finger off it. And then he was offered a third time. And he put it a third time by. And when he refused it, the rabblement hooted and clapped their chapped hands, and threw up their sweaty nightcaps, and uttered a deal of stinky breath, all because Caesar had refused a crown. That it almost choked Caesar, for he swooned and fell down at it. For my own part, I durst not laugh, and for opening my lips and receiving the bad air.
But so, I pray. What, did Caesar swoon?
He fell down in the marketplace, foamed at the mouth, and was speechless.
Oh, this very like he had the falling sickness.
No, He hath it not, but you and I, and honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that, but I'm sure he fell down.
What did say he when he came unto himself, Casca?
When he came to himself again, he said if he had done or said anything amiss, he desired their worship to think it was his infirmity. 3 or 4 wenches where I stood cried out, "Alas, good soul!" and forgave him with all their hearts. But take no heed in any of that, for if Caesar would have stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less.
Will you sup with me tonight, Casca?
Nay, I am promised 4.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive. Your mind holds and your dinner worth eating.
Good, I will expect you.
Farewell, both.
And so it is. For this time I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I can come home to you. Or if you will, come home to me and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble. Yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought from that it is disposed. I will this night, in several hands, in at his window scroll, as if they came from several citizens, writings all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name. Wherein obscurely, Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this, let Caesar see him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days he'll endure.
Good evening. Brought you Caesar home? Why are you breathless? Why stare you so?
Are you not moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a thing unfirm? Cicero, I have seen the tempest when the scowling winds have rived in knotted oaks. And I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted with threatening clouds. But never till tonight, never till now have I seen a tempest dropping fire. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world too saucy for the gods and sends them to send destruction.
Indeed. It is a strange disposed time. But men may construe the things in their own fashion, clean from the purpose of things themselves. Come Caesar to the capital tomorrow.
He does. He bid Mark Antony send word to you. He will be there tomorrow.
Good night, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to walk in.
Farewell, Cicero.
Who's there?
A Roman.
Ah, Casca by your voice.
Your ears are good. Cassius, what night is this?
Those that have known, they're so full of faults. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man, much like this disturbed night, that thunders, lightens, opens graves and roars, as doth the lion in the Capitol. A man no mightier than thyself or me. In personal action, yet prodigious grown, and fearful, as these strange eruptions are.
Caesar you mean, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is.
Indeed. They say the center tomorrow means to establish Caesar as king.
I know I'll wear this dagger then, Cassius from bondage or deliver Cassius.
So can I. So can every bondsman in their own hands with the power to cast their captivity.
Then why Why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man. I know he would not be a wolf, but that he sees the Romans are but sheep. Those that with haste start a mighty fire, beginning with weak straws, but where hast thou led me? I speak, perhaps, to a willing bondsman?
You speak to Casca. And to such a man, that is no flaring telltale. Hold my hand.
There's a bargain made. Now know you, Casca, I have moved already some certain of the noblest-minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of dangerous, honorable consequence. And I do know by this they steer for me at Pompey's porch.
Stand close a while, for here comes one in haste.
Ah, 'tis Cinna. He is a friend. Where haste you so?
Find out too. Who's that, Tell Simmer?
No, Casca, one incorporate to our attempts.
I'm glad on it.
My state for Cinna.
What a fearful night is this. There are 2 or 3 of us who have seen strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
Yes, you are, O Cassius, if you could win noble Brutus to our party.
Be you content, good Cinna. Take this, and see you lay that upon the Senate chair where Brutus may find it. Throw this one in at his window. Set this one up with wax upon old Brutus's statue. All this done, repair to Pompey's porch where it used to meet us. Is Decius Brutus and Trebonius there?
All but meant to tell December. He's gone to seek you at your house. Well, I will hide, so bestow these papers as you bade me.
Come, Casca, you and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him are ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields him ours.
Oh, he sits high in all the people's hearts. And that which would appear offense in us, his countenance, like richest alchemy, will change virtue and worthiness.
Him and his worth, and our great need of him. You have right well conceded. Let us go, for it is after midnight, and ere day, we'll awake him to be sure of him.
What, Lucius, hold! When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say! What, Lucius? Aye. Give me a paper in my study. When it is lighted, come and call me here. It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no person opposed to spoon at him. But for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature? There is the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the other, and the grace, worry, walking, fashion at that, crown him that, and then I grant that we will put a stink in him, that at his will he may do danger with. Let's he may prevent. And since the quarry bear no color for the thing he is, fashioned though, that what he is, augmented, and run through these and these extremities, and therefore, let's think him as a serpent's egg, which hatch would at his kind grow mischievous. Kill him in the chair.
The taper burned in your closet, sir. Searching the window pane for a flame, I found this paper, dust sealed up, and I'm sure it was not there when I went to bed.
Get you to get a better game, boy. It is no day. Is it not tomorrow the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Well, look in the calendar and bring me word.
I will, sir.
With these all exhalations whizzing in the air, give me so much light that I may read by them. Brutus, thou sleep, awake and see thyself. Speak, strike, redress.
Sir, March is wait for 15 days.
Tis good. Go to the gate. Someone knocks.
It's your brother Cassius who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, there are more with him.
Did you know them?
No, their hats are plucked about their ears, and their faces buried in their cloaks, that by no means I may discover who they are, by any mark of favor.
let them enter. They are the faction.
Good morrow, Brutus. Who we trouble you?
I have been up this hour, awake all night. Do I know these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them. And everyone doth but honor you. And everyone here doth wish that you had but that opinion of yourself that every noble Roman bears of you. This is Trebonius.
He is welcome hither.
This is Decius Brutus.
He is welcome too.
This is Casca, Cinna, and Metellus Semper.
They are all welcome. Give me your hand all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not enough. If these men, as I'm sure they do, bear far enough to kindly cower, and to steal with valor all the melting spirits of women, then countrymen, what need with any spur but our own cause to prick us to redress? What other oath that secret Romans that have spoke the word and will not palter? And what other oath that honesty, to honesty engage, that this shall be, or we will fall for it? To think that for our cause or our performance did need an oath, when every drop of blood that every Roman bear, and nobly bear, is guilty of several bastardy, when they break the smallest particle of any promise that has passed from him.
And what of Cicero? Sorry, sound.
He will never follow anything that other men speak in.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Is that the Caesar should be on the trial?
Oh, well urged, Decius. It is not me that Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar.
Our cause will seem too bloody, to cut the head off and then hack the limbs like rat in death and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let's be sacrificers and no butchers. We should be called purgers, no murderers. And for Antony, do not think of him, that he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off.
Yet I fear him for the engrafted love that he bears to Caesar.
Alas, good Cassius, do not think of him. If Antony loves Caesar, all that he can do is unto himself, to take off and die for Caesar.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die.
Peace! Count the clock.
'Tis struck in 3. 'Tis time to part.
By the 8th hour, is that the uttermost? Be that the uttermost, and fail not then. Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks pull on our purposes, but bear it, as Roman actors do, with entire spirits and formal constancy. Good morrow to you, everyone.
Brutus, my lord.
Portia, why miss you? Wherefore write you now?
You have ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am no wealth in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not well in health, he would embrace the means to come
So
by it.
why I do? Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to den a vile contagion of the night, to add unto his sickness? No, my Brutus, you have some sick offense within your mind, which by the right and virtue of my place I ought to know of.
You are my true and honorable wife.
If this were true, then I should know this secret.
Oh, you gods, render me worthy of this noble wife.
Oh, heaven and earth after the feast tonight. Right as Calpurnia cried out, "Help, hello, they murdered Caesar!" Who's within?
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to go forth? You shall not stir out of the house
shall forth.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded forth their dead. Caesar, these things have no use, and I do fear them. When beggars die, no comets are seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never tasted death but once. Of all the wonders I have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death is necessary and will come when it will come.
Do not go forth today. Say that it is my fear and not your own that keeps you in the house. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me, upon my knees, prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I'm not well, and for that humor I will say it. Here's Cassius Brutus. She shall tell him something.
Caesar! All hail! Worthy Caesar, I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
You come in very happy time. Bear my greetings to the senators. Tell them I will not come today. Count it falsely that I dare not false her. I will not come today. Tell them so, Cassius.
Mighty Caesar, give me some cause, lest I be laughed at when I come.
The cause? The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy me. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I'll let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays with me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, and like a fountain with 100 spouts of rain clear blood. And many lusty Romans came smacking, did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply as warnings and portents and evils eminent. And honor me and beg I stay at home together.
This dream is all amiss. It is fair and fortunate, this vision. But I will say, let him have this vision. And unto you I will say this fortunate dream that we have, this vision, that only you that you have shall only understand. Render not unto us always that we believe in stinctures, stains, and blood, and filthy, that Romans all shall be a part of.
In this way you have well expounded it. Go on.
If then thou believest that this believe in the true life that we have in Romans, great Rome shall bathe in your blood, spouting from the pipes and blood that come from your statue. We believe only that it is so true that life can only live once. Great Rome shall be of you.
How foolish your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I'm ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. Here's Brutus. You stirred so early, too.
Caesar,
Good morrow, Casca. What is the o'clock?
this is struck an 8, Caesar.
I thank you for your pains and courtesy. I'm to blame to be thus waited for. Publius! Sit up. Very good. You tell us. Good morning. Good morning. I have an hour of talk in store for you. Remember that you called me today. You hear me, but I may remember you.
Caesar, I will. And so near will I be that even your best friend shall wish I had been further.
Good friends, go in and taste some wine with me. And we like friends will straightway go together.
Oh, Caesar, that every life is not the same. The heart of Brutus meant to think upon.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Trust not Trebonius. Mark well Metellus. Decius Brutus loves thee not. Thou hast wronged Caius the guards. There is but one mind in all these men, and it is bent against Caesar. Look about you. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend me. Here I will stand till Caesar pass along. And as a suitor I will give him this. If thou readest, Caesar may live. If not, the faith which conspirators do contrive.
Hail
Caesar! Caesar! Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar! Long live Caesar!
Long live Caesar!
The Ides of March are come.
Aye, but not gone.
Hail Caesar. Read the schedule.
Might as well. Read them. Please. Read them.
Caesar, read mine first, for mine is the one that touches Caesar near. Read it.
What touches us ourselves shall be last served.
Caesar, delay not. Read it instantly.
What, is this fellow mad?
They're out. Get paid.
What, urge your petition in the street? Come to the Capitol.
I wish your enterprise today may thrive.
What enterprise, Palladius?
Fairly well.
What say, Flavius? He wished that our enterprise today may thrive. After our purpose is discovery.
Look how he makes up to Caesar. Mark him.
Cassius, be sudden. We fear prevention. Brutus, if this be known, what should be done? Cassius or Caesar never shall turn back. I will slay myself.
Cassius, be content. For look, Flavius speaks not of our purposes. Look, he smiles, and Caesar does not change.
Okay. Trebonius knows his time to look you. He pulls Mark Antony out of the way.
Trebonius prefer his suit to speak.
He is addressed. Mark and second him.
Cassius, you are the first that raise your hand.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty Caesar, Metellus throws a humble heart at thy feet.
I must prevent thee, Simber, thy brother by decree is banishing.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own, to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear, for the repelling of my banished brother?
Oh, Caesar, I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery. Beside indeed that Publius Cimber has an immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon.
I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as a northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament.
Great Caesar!
The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and every one that shines. Yet in this number there's one that unassailed beholds on his rank, unshaped of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show it even in this, that our most constant Cimber should be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar.
Hence wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Does not Brutus pull this field?
Speak, hand for me.
Take two, Brute, then fall.
Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. Run hence, proclaim, cry it about the streets.
Some to the common pulpit and cry out, peace, liberty, and enfranchisement.
People and senators, be not afraid. Fly not, stand still. Ambitious death is paid. Stood, Romans, stood. Let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood, up to the elbows, and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth, even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons, let's all cry, peace, freedom, and liberty.
Stoop then and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over, in states unborn and accents yet unknown. So often shall the none of us be called the men that gave their country liberty.
Shall we forth?
Aye, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his hills with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
So, who comes here? A friend of Antony's.
Brutus. Thus Brutus master bids me kneel. If Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him and be resolved, how Caesar hath lied and deservedly dead. Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dead as so much as Brutus living, but will follow the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus through the hazards of this untrod state, and with all true faith, so says my master, Marcus Antony.
Thy master is a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him worse. Tell him, so please come unto this place. He shall be satisfied, and by my honor, depart and touch. I know that we must have him well to friend.
I wish we may, yet I have a mind real bad with him, and my misgivings do fall shrewdly to the purpose.
I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument as half that worth as those your swords made rich with the most noble blood of all this earth. I do beseech you, if you bear me hard, whilst your purple hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place will please me so as here by Caesar, and by you cut off, the choice and master spirits of this age.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us. Through now we must appear bloody and cruel, as by our hands and this bleeding business that you see we do. Yet you only see but our hands, and this bleeding business that they have done. Our hearts, you see not. They are pitiful, and they are pity with the general round of Rome have done this deed of Caesar. For your part, to you, our swords have leading points, Mark Antony.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Just be patient until we have appeased the multitude, beside themselves with fear. Then I will deliver you the reasons why I, that did love Caesar, when I struck him, had thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First, Marcus, I'll take your hand. Cassius, yours. My valiant Casca, yours. Cinna, Decius, Casca, and Trebonius, thank you. Gentlemen, all, alas, what shall I say? That I did love Caesar, oh, 'tis true. Shall it not grieve thee, dear, if then thy spirit look upon us now to see thy Antony shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble in the presence of thy corpse? Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, it should become me better in terms to close in friendship with thine enemies. Oh, pardon me, Julius. Here dost thou fall, and here thy hunters stand. How like a deer strucken by many princes dost thou here lie.
Mark Antony.
Pardon me, Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this. Then in a friend it is cold modesty.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact mean you to have with us?
Therefore I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from the point upon looking down on Caesar. Friends, am I with you all and love you all, upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else this were a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regards, Mark Antony, that were you, Caesar's son, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. And then moreover, suitor, that I may produce his body to the market.
And you shall, Mark Antony.
and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, shall speak in the order of his funeral.
Brutus, a word with you. Do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much these people may be moved by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first to show the reasons of our Caesar's there. What Antony shall speak, I will protest. He speaks by leave and by permission, and that we are contented that Caesar should have all the true rights and lawful ceremonies. It should advantage more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, take you Caesar's body. In your funeral speech, you should not blame us, but speak of all good that you can devise from Caesar, and say, you do it by our permission. Else, you shall not have any hand at all about his funeral. And you should speak in the same pulpit to where I told I'm going, after my speech is ended.
That's all I seek. And moreover, I will honor your word.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds do I now prophesy. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war. Pity chosen custom of fell deeds, and Caesar's spirit, ranging for revenge, with Ate by his side come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial. You serve Octavius Caesar, do you not?
I do, Mark Antony.
Is thy master coming?
He lies tonight within 7 leagues of Rome.
Post back with speed. Tell him what a chance. Here is the morning road, a dangerous road. No room of safety for Octavius yet. High hands to tell him so. Yet stay a while. Thou shalt not back until I've borne this corpse into the marketplace.
Be patient till the last.
Oh, Caesar!
Romans, countrymen, and friends, hear me for my cause, and be silent that you may hear. And hear me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, that you may believe.
God is dead!
Censor me in your wisdom, and awake all your senses, that you may the better judge. If there is any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar,
Caesar!
to him I say that Brutus loved love for Caesar was no less than his. Then if that friend demands, why Brutus rose against Caesar?
Why?
Why? My answer. It's not that I love Caesar less, but that I love Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead to live all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at him. As he was valiant, I honor him. As he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, valor for his honor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that will be a bondman?
None!
If any speak, for him have I offended.
None!
Who is here so rude that will not be a Roman?
No.
None!
If any speak, for him have I offended.
None!
Who is here so vile that will not love his country?
Hail Rome!
If any speak,
Hail
for
Rome!
him have I offended.
None!
I pose for a reply.
None, Brutus!
Then none have I offended. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony.
Down with Caesar!
And for my sake, stay with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's court and grace his speech, that by our permission he is allowed to make.
Bring him with travel to his house.
Give him a statue with his ancestors.
Let him be Caesar.
My countrymen,
Peace, silence. Brutus speaks.
good countrymen, here is my dagger, that I slew the best lover for the love of Rome. I have the same dagger for myself, when my country shall please to need my death.
Live, Brutus! Live!
With this, I will depart. That I slew my best lover for the love of Rome. I will leave you here with Antony and with Caesar's corpse.
Hail Brutus!
Hail Brutus!
Caesar!
Down with Caesar!
For Brutus' sake, I am beholden to you all.
What does he say of Brutus?
He says for Brutus' sake, he by himself beholden to us all.
It were best he speaketh no harm of Brutus.
Friends, Romans,
No! Caesar!
lend me your ears.
No!
I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar.
Hail, down with Caesar! Down with Caesar!
He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was an honorable man.
Hail Brutus!
Hail Brutus!
Then Brutus is an honorable.
Brutus!
He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms the general coffers did fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man.
Brutus!
Hail Brutus!
When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal. I thrice presented him the kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? It should be. Brutus says he was ambitious. And sure, Brutus is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke. I am here to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him?
None.
Oh, judgment! Thou art fled to Brutus' peace, and men have lost their reason.
Caesar!
Bear with me.
Caesar.
Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Caesar! Hail Caesar!
Caesar! Yes, Caesar!
Caesar!
No more men in Rome than Antony!
Caesar! Long live Caesar!
He begins
Thou
to speak.
consider rightly
had great wrongs.
As he masters, I fear the will works to come to his place.
Mark you his words. He would not accept the crown, therefore it is certain he was not ambitious.
If it be found so, some would dare abide it.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the word. And now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. O masters, if I was disposed to stir your hearts and minds with mutiny and rage, I should make Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. But here's the parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will.
The will? The will?
Read the will.
Read his will! Show the will.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read the will. It is not meet you know how dearly Caesar loved you. You are not stones, you are not wood, but men. And being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you.
Show the will.
It will make you mad.
The will. Show the will.
Read the will. 'Tis good you know not. You are his heirs. For if you should, oh, what would come of it?
Read the will. Read the will.
Show the will.
Read the will.
There were villains, murders. The will. Read the will.
You will compel me to read the will.
Yes. Read the will, yes.
If you have tears prepared to shed them now, you all do know this mental. Look, and this place Cassius' dagger ran through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. And here, through this the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved, Brutus so unkindly knocked or no. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him.
Oh, Caesar!
Caesar! This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stab, then burst his mighty heart, and great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall there was, my countrymen. Then I, and you, and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us.
Treason! Oh, pity spectacle!
Oh, noble Caesar!
Oh, willful day!
Oh, traitors, villains!
Almost bloody sight!
We will be revenged!
Gentle friends, you go to do you know not what. You have forgot the will I told you of.
The will! Read the will! Read the will! The will! Read it!
Here's the will of Caesar.
What's it say?
Read it! The will!
He hath left you, all Roman citizens, every several man, 75 drachmas.
Most bloody sight!
And moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private arbors, and new planted orchards beside Tiber. He hath left them to you, and to your heirs forever, common pleasures to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar, when comes such another?
Never! Come away! We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with the traitor's houses, we'll kill him.
Yet hear me, countrymen, yet hear me speak. Caesar was our leader, and he will die so. How now, fellow?
Sir, Octavius has come to Rome already. He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house.
And straight will I thither to visit him. He comes upon a wish. Fortune is merry, and in this mood will give us anything.
And unluckily things charge my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth.
What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Where do you dwell?
Are you a married man or a bachelor? Answer every man directly.
I am briefly.
I am wisely.
I entreat you your best.
What is my name? Where am I going? Where do I dwell? Am I a married man or a bachelor? Then to answer directly and briefly, truly and wisely I say, I'm a bachelor.
That's as much to say, they are fools that marry. Proceed directly.
Directly I proceed to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend.
That matter is answered directly.
Where you're dwelling briefly.
Briefly I dwell at the capital.
Your name, sir, truly.
Truly my name is Cinna.
Tear to pieces, a conspirator.
I am Cinna.
These many men shall die, their names are pricked.
Your brother too shall die. Consent you first?
I do consent.
Then mark him down to die.
Upon condition, Julius does not live. Your sister's son, Marin. He shall not live. Look, with the spot I damn him. But let this. Go you to Caesar's house, fetch the will hitter, and we shall determine how to cut up some charge of legacy. What shall I find you here?
Here, not the capital.
This is a slight unmeritable man, meet to be sent on errands. But is it fit the threefold world divided he should stand one of the three to share it?
So you got him? And took his voice when you should pick down and die? In our black sentence for conscription?
Octavius, I have seen more days than you. And though we lay these honors upon this man to ease ourselves of diverse slanderous loads, he shall but bear them as an ass bears gold. Now, Octavius, listen, great things. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. Therefore, let us straight make head. Let our lines be combined, our best friends made, and go presently sit in council, how covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answered.
Let it be so. For we are at stake, bent about with many enemies. Why have fear a million mischiefs inside their hearts?
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judge me, you gods. Brought I my enemies? And if not so, how should I run a road?
Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs. And when you do them...
Cassius, be content. Speak your griefs softly. Before the eyes of both of our armies, let us no wrangle. Bid them move away, and I will give you audience.
Hinder it!
Bid our commanders lead their charges off a little from this ground.
Lucius! Do you the like, and let no man come unto this tent until we have ended our conference. Titanios!
Yes.
Guard the door!
What are they? That you had wronged me, Dr. Pyrenees. You had condemned and noted Lucius Pella taking bribes here with Sardians? When the letters I wrote on his behalf were slighted off.
You have run yourself to write such a case, Cassius. You yourself, a much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and mark your offices for gold to under servants.
I am itching palm. You know that you are Brutus's speech desk. Or by the gods, this speech will stir last.
Remember March. The eyes of March remember. Did not the great Julius Caesar bled for justice' sake? What should one of us, that struck the foremost men of all this world, but for supporting robbers, shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes? I'd rather be a dog and bathe the moon than such a Roman.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for.
You have done what you should be sorry for, Cassius. You yourself. There is is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me like the iron wind, which I respect not. I descend for gold to you to pay my wages, which you deny me. Was that done, Cassius?
I denied you not.
Yes, you did!
I did not! He was but a fool that brought my answer back to you. Friends should bear their friends' infirmities, but Brutus makes mine so much greater than they are.
I do not, until you practice them on me.
Come, Antony and young Octavius, come. Revenge yourselves on Cassius, for Cassius alone is a weary of this world. Here is my dagger. If that thou beest a Roman, take it forth. I that denied thee gold, give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I do know that when thou hatest him worse, thou lovest him ever than thou lovest Cassius.
Sheath your dagger. When I spoke that words, I was intemperate too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart.
Oh, Brutus! I did not think that you could be so angry.
Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs, that no man bears sorrow better. Portia's dead.
Oh, you immortal gods!
Speak no more of her. Come in, Titanius. Welcome to Casca.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more. I pray you. I have here received letters that young Octavio and Mark Antony are coming down upon us with mighty power, bending their expeditions toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of the self-sent hand.
With what addition?
That by prescription and bills of outlawry, Octavius, Lepidus, and Mark Antony had put to death 100 senators.
Therein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that have died by their prescription. Cicero being one.
Cicero won?
Cicero is dead. That by order of prescription.
What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think he could.
Your reasons?
This it is. 'Tis better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, wearing his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reason must, of course, give place to better. The people trust Philippi, and this ground do stand with us, but in force affection. The enemy marching along by them they shall make a fuller number up. Come on, new added, refresh, and encourage. Which advantage, which shall we cut him off, if at Philippi we do face him there? These people at our back.
Hear me, good brother.
I beg your pardon. Besides, you must know that our legions are brim full. Our cause is right. There is a tie in the affairs men that, taking it to the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyages of their life is bound in shadows and in miseries. In such a sea, we must now afloat. And we might take this current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
Good brother. This was an ill beginning to the night. Never let such division come between our souls. Let it not, Brutus.
Noble Cassius. Good night and good repose.
Good night.
Everything is well.
Good night, Lord Brutus.
Farewell, everyone. Lucius, give me my gown. What is that instrument? But thou speakst rosily. Poor knave, I blame thee not. Oh, look, Lucius, here is the book I saw for so. I put it in the pocket of my gown.
I was sure your lordship did not give it to me.
Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold thy heavy eyes awhile and play thy instrument a strain or two?
Aye, and to please thee.
It does, my boy. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
It is my duty, sir.
I may not urge thy duty past that mine. I know that young bloods look for a time of rest.
I have slept, my lord, already.
And you shall sleep again. It was well done. If I do live, I will be good to thee. Let me see. Let me see. It's not a leaf turned down. Murderous slumber, place thou thy leaden mace upon my boy that plays the music. I will not do so much wrong to thee to wake thee. If thou art not, thou breaks that instrument. Let me take it away from you. And gentle boy, good night. How ill this paper bore. Ha! Who comes here? I think it is the witness of mine eyes that shaped this monstrous apparition. Speak to me! What thou art!
Evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why, then I shall see thee again.
Aye, Philippi.
Why then? Then I shall see thee again at Philippi. Now that I have taken hand thou banish, ill spirit, I will have more talk with thee. They stand that we have parley.
So give son a battle.
No, Caesar. We will answer on their charge. Make forward. The generals will have some words.
Wars before blows, if it's so, countrymen.
Not so much we love words as you do.
Well, good words are better than bad strokes. Joan Octavius.
In your bad strokes, you give good words, Brutus. Witness the whole meaning of Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live Hail Caesar."
You very surely tread before your sting.
Villains, you did not so when your vile daggers hacked one another in the sides of Caesar.
Murderers! Come, come. If we were to argue and make a sweat, the proof of it will turn to redder drops. Look, I draw a sword on conspirators. When you think it go up again, never. Until Caesar's 33 wounds are well avenged. Or another Caesar's added slaughter to the traitor's blades.
Revenge, peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honor. Join with the master and reveler.
Old Cassius still.
Come away, Antony. Come. The finest traitors hurl we in your teeth. You fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have the stomachs to.
Most noble Brutus, let us reason with the worst that may befall. let's say this is the last time we shall speak. What are you then determined to do?
That this same day must end where the ice of March began. And whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Noble Cassius, farewell. And if we shall meet again, why, we shall smile. And if not, why, this parting was well made.
Forever and forever, farewell, Brutus. For if we do meet again, we shall smile indeed. If not, 'tis true this parting was well made.
Why then, lead on. Oh, that a man may know that the end of this day business ere it come. But it sufficeth that the end will be, and the end is done. Come home, away.
Oh, Cassius, Brutus gave the word to Ernie, who had some advantage on Octavius, took it to Ebony. The soldiers fell to spoil. Well, by Antony, we're already close.
Fly farther, my lord, fly farther. Mark Antony is taking your tents. Fly off. Great, Cassius. Fly farther off.
This hill is far enough. Look, Titinius, are those my tents where I perceive the fire? Yes, they are, my lord. Titinius, if thou lovest me, mount on my horse and hide thy spurs in him, till he have brought thee to yonder troops and back here again, so that I may be rest assured whether yon troops are friend or enemy. I will be back again, even in a thought. Hinderers, get higher on this hill. My sight was ever thick. Regard Titinius. Tell me what thou noticed about the field. Sirrah, what news?
Oh, my lord.
What news?
Titinius is surrounded by horsemen on the spur. He's taken.
Come down, behold no more. Oh, coward that I am, to live so long. Hinderus, this is my birthday. This very day was Cassius born. This day I breathe first. My time has come around. Where I did begin, there I shall end. My life is run as compass. Come hither, Sirrah. In Parthia did I take thee prisoner, and I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I bid thee do, thou shouldest attempt it. Come now, keep thine oath. Now be a free man. Take thou the hilt. Guide thou the sword. Caesar, thou then, even with the sword that killed thee.
Oh, Cassius.
Oh, Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet, that turn our own swords in our own proper entrails. The last of all the good Romans, fare thee well. It is impossible that ever Rome breathe thy fellow. Friend, I owe this dead man more tears than to see me pay. I pray thee, sir, stay down by thy Lord. Thou art a fellow of good respect. Thy life has so much of honor in it. Take my sword, and I will run upon it. Turn away thy face. Wilt thou slay it?
Give me thy hand first.
Farewell, good Strato.
Farewell, my lord.
Caesar! Be now still! I killed not thee. With half so good at will.
What man is that?
Thy master's man. Strato, where is thy master?
Free from the bondage you're in, Casca. The conquerors can only but make a fire of him, for Brutus only overcame himself. And no man else has honor by his death.
How died thy master, Strato?
I held the sword, and he did run on it.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in an honest and general thought, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up one day and say to all the world, this was a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him. With all respect and right to burial, his bones shall lie within my tent tonight, most like a soldier. Ordered honorably. Come, call the field to rest, and let's away, to part the glories of this happy day.